we're not going to break WordPress today. So I've got the slides mostly as a reference for me to go in kind of a logical order and not miss anything. Everybody knows me. I'm Justin. Taylor's on the line. She's my partner too. Donna, you got to meet her in person, actually. Took an excellent picture of us too, by the way. I really appreciate that. So first, getting into WordPress without fear. So logging in, where to go, how to find your dashboard. We're going to look at the dashboard and where the blog posts live. So now I'm going to share a different screen. Really wish I could jump back and forth a little easier, but can't. We're going to share this screen. Okay. So first things first is logging in. If you want to do your own posts, and remember, we will upload those for you, but if you're up to wanting to do your own, we will send you, we basically add you as a user in WordPress, and we give you a role as an author, so you go in and write the posts and post anytime you want, everything like that. So send me an email at hello@suitcasedesigns.com, or if you're in the portal already, you can send us a work request to add you as an author to your website, so you can upload and post your own blogs and edit them and everything you see fit. So if you're in the portal, work request. If you're not in the portal yet, you could ask me, but I think you guys are both, you're both definitely invited. But if you have any problems getting in it, we can also help with that. So when you're added as an author, you won't see this entire left-hand menu because a lot of that stuff's just development tools and things like that. But you'll definitely see this posts tab, or it'll be a little pin here. It'll say posts. You just click on that. I'm sure I want to leave that page. And this is where your posts will live. So this is the part you really need to care about. You'll be able to see all your old posts will be in a list here. Everything listed here is on my blog page. And as you can see, I'm about a year out of date on updating my blog, which is, kind of par for the course with Suitcase Designs. So when you want to add a new post, all you have to do is click add post right up here, this button. And that gets us to the WordPress editor. So from there, we're going to talk real quick. I'm going to bounce back and forth to share the other screen. We're going to talk about in the WordPress editor, it's called a block editor. It's almost just like a word processor. You can treat it if you want to, almost just like you can type something up in Microsoft Word and paste it in. That's how easy it is. The block system, common blocks, you can use paragraph, heading, image, list, quote. We'll go through those, and we're going to do a demo of them as well. So let me jump back. And if anybody gets dizzy, just raise your hand. Okay, so in your WordPress, you'll have a Yoast SEO down here. You don't have to worry about that. That's the last thing you do. But up here is your block editor, where you can add a title. That'll be the title of your blog. So that'll go up here at the top of whatever your blog post design has for a title page or title section. And then the rest of this is the body of the blog. And when it says a block, you can choose to start typing right away, and it'll give you word blocks, paragraphs. Or maybe I want to add an image there, or a quote, or another heading, a subheading of sorts. So you can do a subheading there. Anytime you want to delete one of these blocks, click on those three dots, delete, it's gone. You can move these blocks. And actually I want to go into, I've got a post, where to go. Yep. So we've got this blog post. It's written in Word. Literally take it, copy it. And I copied starting at my header, paste it in. Whoop, I've got to, sorry, delete the old header because this won't be there. So, okay, starting here, this is what your block editor will look like when you log in. I wrote that blog in Word, and now I copied it and pasted it in. my blog is essentially done if that's where all I wanted to do. You could stop there and publish this, and I'll publish it and show you what it looks like on the other side. I didn't add a picture, but we'll get to that. So it is essentially a done deal blog. If you wrote it in Word and don't want to do anymore, that's as easy as it can go. That's probably the easiest you can do a blog here, is to get it written up in Word and then paste it in. And say I posted that and I made a mistake. I didn't want to post it. Go back to this post right here, published, click it back to draft and save. And now over here, it will disappear. It's not on my blog page anymore. Again, if I go too quickly, if I bounce around too much, there's a lot in here you can get deep down mired in, all these options, but you don't have to. You don't have to deal with anything you don't want to in WordPress. It's just got enough options because it's highly customizable. So that was the easiest way to do it. You're in here. This is already a paragraph. This one is a paragraph, but it's bolded. Maybe I want to set it as a heading. Why would I set it as a heading versus just a bolded header? Setting this as a heading, H2 or H3, that helps Google read your blog in a different way. It's for SEO, is one of the primary usages of it. It's going to see those subheadings and kind of try and pull information from those to help return your blog in searches. Maybe you've said something in that subheading that people are searching for specifically, and Google knows to return this blog page. It gives it more information in a better way, but it's going to scan the whole page for keywords and everything else. But the more information laid out, the cleaner, the better. I'm changing that back to paragraph. It's that easy. This right here. So you're highlighted on one of these sections, these blocks. You click that and you have things you can choose from. I want to change that to a quote. And this comes through as a quote now in SEO. We can make columns, group. There's too much in here to choose from. So I didn't want to make that. I wanted to undo what I just did. You can Control Z and it goes away. You've undone it. So that's one way to undo. You can go in here in this drop down menu, and it gives you a lot of options as well. Duplicate, cut it out, block that section so nobody can change it. Like if you have other authors, delete that section. So now my blog post didn't have an image at the top. The most important image you want to add to your blogs is what we call the featured image. And that featured image will go at the top of your blog post and on that tile on your blog page. So I'm just going to choose one I've already got in here. Actually, no, I'm not going to choose one I've got in here, because you need to know if you want to put a new image in here, click on Upload Files, select Files, and then in your menu or your file, whether you're on Microsoft, this is Apple, however it's laid out, you can select a file from there. I'm going to select this cruise ship that I just downloaded earlier. Upload that, and it says Set Featured Image. When you're in here, you might also, if you're putting on new images, alt text, you want to describe the purpose of the image, cruise ship on open sea. And you could put a caption or description in here. But it gives you a hint. It tells you how to make a decision tree on how to describe that. All that stuff is good for SEO, and it's also good for accessibility. There are different kinds of readers that will read your web page out loud and say, this is a picture of a cruise ship on the open sea. That kind of stuff helps. So I'm going to set that as my featured image, and then add an excerpt. What I usually do is just copy my first paragraph, add that excerpt right there. And now I'm going to publish it again. We're going to go look at it and how that changed things. So before, it just had my headline and it had whatever it decided was the excerpt was. Now it's got my cruise ship picture, my excerpt that I chose, read more when we published it. I click on it. My image doesn't fit well. That's my problem on my website. I don't usually make these splash pages this large on everybody else's website. I was just into it when I started making this one. But as you can see, I've got the picture will be at in your main featured photo on your blog post, and then in the featured photo on the blog tile. So just so people don't get confused, I'm going to unpublish that again. If you wanted to move a section, say you put this in and you're like, this paragraph makes sense before this paragraph better, or I like this whole section better, up, highlight, click on the box you're in, the block, and these little up and down buttons, they move that block up and down wherever you want to go. This button here, the lines of text, you want it centered, left or right, that's pretty self-explanatory. This, you can drag it up and down. So if you want to drag your block up and down, you just grab those 6 little dots there. Moving it up and down with the arrows goes 1, bold, italic, add a link. So if I said storytelling techniques and I wanted to add a link to maybe another blog post I did about storytelling, you click this link, you type in whatever URL you want to put in there. So whether it's another blog post, some outside source, maybe it's a link to your Calendly or your booking, your turn scheduler, whatever you're using. Because maybe you say have a call to action in your blog that says, hey, if you're interested in doing this, set up an appointment with me to chat. We'll talk about it. I can tell you more. And you could have that link right in your blog to link out to your scheduler right there. So it's an extra way to kind of link in a call to action, even though on all your websites, there will also be that ready to get started kind of a final call to action button at the bottom. But it's good to have an extra kind of call to action text at the end of your blog post too, to really rope them in, whether you want them to read another blog post, whether you want them to schedule a consultation, get them to do something else so they keep going forward and staying within your realm of influence. That could be, maybe go get my lead magnet. If you're interested in this, have you read my cruise guide? Here's a link to that. Those kind of things. Let's see here. So if you mess up, there are revisions. So you click this revisions. I've got 2 revisions so far. And it tells me what I've added and removed. And I can go, so let's say I'll go previous, and I want to restore this revision. It's that easy. So if you think, okay, I've gone too far, I've messed up a couple of things, I don't know where to start, just go to your revisions, go to the previous, and restore it. So that's as easy as that can be. Going to jump back to my slideshow. All right, so we did that's kind of the block editor in a nutshell. Writing your blog post. So I know a lot of people will start editing their blog posts and working on it in Canva, and then they churn out a PDF from Canva. Let me show you why that is not going to really work for you. Let me stop sharing again. And I'm going to show you a PDF into a blog post and how it messes up the formatting. So you always want to either write it directly in here or write it in Word and paste it in here, or Google Doc and paste it in here. If you use a PDF, and we'll just go add a new post so I can just start fresh. Someone just gave me a PDF today. Yes. So this is a PDF. If I use this as a blog post as is, pasted those words in, it can't read the line breaks in the PDF correctly. So see how a formatting is all off? But the thing is, you don't want to just paste in the PDF itself, because you could take that and upload a PDF here. You click on the add a block, get a file. upload, and I can go get recent download. Where'd you go? I'll just search for PDF real quick. I can go get a PDF, but really what it comes down to is if you try and paste the words from your PDF in, formatting is going to be all off. If you try and paste the picture of the PDF in, Google can't read any of the words for SEO. So people are searching for what you're answering, they're not going to find it. So that's the same PDF. If I upload it there, it's in there. You can upload a PDF. We'll publish that and I'll show you what it looks like on the other side. So this is a PDF can be uploaded. They can read a PDF, but Google is not going to be able to read the words on this PDF the same way it'll read the words on the page to help you out. Donna's got a question. Hold on, let me get over here. Q&A. How about using with Wanderlust Social? I love Wanderlust Social. I love that they have those pre-written blogs. What I like to do is take the text out of them. And whether sometimes I like to put it in Chat GPT because you want to personalize it some and maybe have it ask you some questions and say, hey, what are my experiences related to how I view this travel subject? If you just copy the PDF from Wanderlust Social in, it's gonna be like that. Google can't see it for SEO. People who are already on your page can go read it, but they're not going to search and find it necessarily very cleanly.
So I had another question. That's why I raised my hand. Is because you keep talking about Word, but like you, I use a Mac. So can I type something and make something up in Pages and then
yes,
copy paste that?
Any word processor. I forget about Pages even exists because I've got Microsoft on my Mac. But yes, any word processor like that makes it easier. I would copy the words out of the Wanderlust Social PDF, and you can even put it in the Chat GPT and say, just arrange this here. We'll do that right now. So we're copying this. I've got a Chat GPT instance open, and just tell it to retype this in a format that WordPress will like for a blog post, and just chat with ChatGPT. So it's got all those wrong, bad things there. And now it's reformatted it for me. Everything's good. So I can now copy straight from the ChatGPT post everything that was in. So you could do this with the Wanderlust Social PDFs. And you don't even have to pay for ChatGPT. You can use the free version. You're not going to run out of turns on it doing something like this. And so we'll go back to the add a post, copy straight from ChatGPT. I copied from the title down, post it in, and now it is in there perfectly. I don't have to worry about the line breaks and everything else that you could see were in there. ChatGPT had to figure that stuff out. And it was easily parsed it in this way. You don't even have to copy the words out. Oh my gosh, I forgot about this part. So I'm just going to drag the PDF file in ChatGPT. Why is it unable to upload? Let me attach it this way then. Attach. Oh, that's an advanced feature. I do this all the time, but I guess, okay, to attach the PDF file itself, if you pay for ChatGPT, you can attach the PDF file. It'll read it and do the same thing. You don't have to have it copy the text in and out. You can just put the PDF file in here. It'll read it and spit out the text in a format, like this. Is it for Gutenberg or Blocks Editor or Classic? I'll tell it. This is Blocks Editor, if anybody's curious. So it tells you what to put in each block and how to format them. You don't need to do it this way, but this is if you wanted to make sure you had heading, paragraph, list, H2s, and that stuff. Go back over to this. It's already figured that out the first time around. If you look at this, it's already got those headings at H2s. This is already a list. it's just telling me what those formats were when I said that. So all you have to do is put in, again, the words, it'll parse it, and you don't have to worry about anything else. If you want to personalize it, help me personalize this blog post. Just say that, and it's absolutely personal. It's going to ask me some questions. So I answer those 6 questions, and it's going to help me personalize the blog post. I love cruising. Been on, I think, 5. Princess is my favorite. Traveler, adventure and relaxation. Um, Partner, probably most of the time, my wife. And let's see, funny or special wow moments. So that's really what's going to make it personalized. If you personalize one of those pre-written blogs with something like this, some great travel moment. I loved zip lining into cenotes. And then a dream cruise destination I've wanted to visit. Let's say I actually want to do a Nile River cruise. So that's awesome. And now it's going to personalize this with some details about myself. So that's going to help draw people in and make Google see you as more unique when it's searching for blog posts to answer someone's question, because it's going to put a person behind a post that might be more generic overall. You want to really personalize things and put your own spin in it, whether you write it yourself or you have ChatGPT's help. You definitely want to get your unique point of view in there. And then again, it's rewritten it. And I could take that, paste it in, like it talks about, every time I step on board, it feels like coming home, except at home, it floats. It's a perfect mix of adventure and relaxation, the things I just said, especially when I'm traveling with my wife. Whether we're ziplining into a rainforest or sipping cocktails on the balcony at sunset, cruising has totally become our favorite way to explore the world. And that's almost true. Like, we love going on cruises. I've been lucky enough to take 5 cruises so far. So it really pulls your unique story into what might be a more generic blog post. And when people see a person behind the post, that's going to help them connect with you more on a parasocial relationship, and trust you more as an expert, because you've got some experience that you can relate to this thing you're writing about. Even if it's not, I have been on a cruise. Okay, what do I dream about going on a cruise? What am I interested in the most? It'll ask you those questions too. So writing a blog post, other things you want to consider, because that's kind of where I was going with this. Choosing a topic, if you feel stuck, um, that's where I'd go to ChatGPT again. So let me just do a fresh one. Give me 10 topics for Moonshot Travels blog. It doesn't know what I am. I forgot. I should have said www.moonshottravel.com/blog. Give me 10 topics for new blog posts. Now it's going to search the web for my blog page. Based on that blog page, it's giving me 10 more topics. So that helps me keep me in like my genre blog posts, which are obviously family Disney blog posts on that page. So those are great. Now, what you really want to do is answer questions my clients are always asking me. So what questions, and if you have these questions offhand, you want to write on those. Do my clients ask about these topics most? And so it's going to return some things, Genie Plus, obviously that's Lightning Lane now. So it's not always, if you're using ChatGPT, review it for accuracy. So you've got to still be the expert. So it's talking about seasonal events, hidden dining gems, resort pools, special needs travel is a big one for Disney. Sustainability. So there's a lot of topics here you could write about. All these questions are things that people are going to search for in Google, and then you use that as your title and write a blog post about it. So that's a great way to choose a topic. I've got now 40 topics I could write about, which is great. And, who says I can't have 4 different blog posts about meals? I mean, people are going to be looking for those different things. And these are different topics within that dining at Disney. Picky eaters' dietary needs, date night, no reservation required. What's not overcrowded or overpriced at Disney? That's a really great question. So then you want to use a simple blog formula: hook, information, and a call to action. So let's say I want to use this. Okay. So you want to tell it, you want a hook, information, then call to action. And again, you'd want to ask it to personalize this for you with questions about yourself. Ask me all the questions that you need to make this unique to my experience and my expertise. You want to tell it to do that. But when you write this, don't include these headers: hook, info. You want to include these type of headers. So these are great places. I've been at most of these. I can definitely recommend Ronald Roasters. And it's a great place. It's mobile order, but anyway, you don't want to type in info, hook, and call to action into your actual blog post. But you would take the words here. Just don't use hook, info, and CTA as headers themselves. So it'll take out that, and now you've got a blog post. So that's like an easy way to use AI to generate a blog post. If you're really good at writing, write your own blog posts. And I like to use AI to say, hey, check this for consistency. Did I repeat any words? Give me some advice on how I can improve this. And it'll do just that. It won't rewrite it for you. It'll tell you, hey, maybe you can include, a personal experience. Maybe you can use the word cool less often. It'll look at those things as a writing guide. And that's another way to use AI that's really helpful. So when you add your text again, so I'm going to pull this over here. And if you see right here, it says reach out here and book a free planning session to get started. That's where it's saying it wants you to add a link. So I'm going to copy over all this. This is the new blog post. Cut it. Cut it. Okay. I'm going to try and delete all this. I'm just going to do a new blog post. Getting ahead of myself. Okay. So pasting in the new ChatGPT blog. I copied, paste in. Again, you check. It gave these headers already. These are little, they look like little ribbons. That means it's a heading. It's an H3 heading. So it's already sorted it out for you coming from ChatGPT. If you were writing this yourself and you had this just bolded, those are the kind of things you want to make headings. H1 header is your title. That's the only H1 header you have on your page. And then you break it down as an organization from top, H1, then H2 for a subheading. Maybe you have 2 big sections. And then under those sections, you have like 3 other points that you want to make H3 headings. That helps organize it for Google to really understand what's going on your blog page. And let's start from here. You want to make sure spacing is good so it's easy to read. So you don't have all these paragraphs jammed up together. It automatically gives you a little space between. If you wanted to add more space between something, if you hover right between 2 sections, this little add block pops up. There's even something called spacer. So I can add space between if I think there's not enough, if there's not enough room there for whatever my purposes are for my eye line. If I want to add pictures within the post, now this is a good one. People love pictures, so obviously within the post, let's see, Satuli Canteen, Animal Kingdom. So we're gonna go right here. search for photo, or it brings me back image. I'm going to upload an image, and you pick one from here. I actually have an image in my media library of this place right there. So that post, that photo goes right into your blog post. And now you can set the size of that photo many different ways. You can crop it. So if I wanted to make it, different crop, cancel that. You can set the aspect ratio over here on the right side. When you have the photo highlighted, it'll say block up here. And then right here, aspect ratio, I want it square. So it changes it to square, standard 4:3, change. So it crops it automatically for you is what I'm trying to say. So you can have a different kind of set to it. And then it has scale, cover or can't contain. So if I click it to contain, it's going to contain the whole picture in there. If I click it to cover, it's going to fill that 3:2 aspect ratio to the borders and fill it up. You can replace a photo, like you say, okay, I didn't like that one, but I want something there. Go ahead and replace it, open my media library, and I want this candy corn shake instead there. It's that easy to go through there and replace it. Or it looks bad here, I want it to be right above the header of Versatili Canteen. You can do that as well. Or, hey, I was wrong, I don't want a picture at all, delete. These are easier ways to put in. You want to make your blog post easy to look at and scan. So you have the headers. Pictures help draw the eye, and people love looking at pictures. Videos, if you want to install videos, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. But make sure it's easy to read with spacing between them, headings, and then short sentences. You see, these are all short sections. Blog posts are scannable on your phone. People will keep going through them and they'll read the next one. But people don't spend, with our limited attention spans, don't necessarily spend, 15 minutes reading one blog post. They want to know they can read it in probably 5 minutes or less and learn something still. And then they'll read your other blog posts. If you had a video you wanted to put in, so let's say you can do it as a video here. If you have it on YouTube already, click a YouTube embed, and then I'm gonna go grab a video off YouTube. So don't do that. So let's say, so you click share on YouTube, you copy the link to your video. So if you're on the video page on YouTube, you can just copy the link up here in the top. And then click that video link there, embed, and boom, there is my video now. That's how you embed a video from YouTube onto here. And I'd recommend embedding them from YouTube or something like that versus trying to host it in your media library and uploading it there, just because it keeps your site smaller and more nimble if you're not uploading video to the site that you can host somewhere else for free. Let's see here. Make sure I haven't missed any questions or anything yet. Okay. Jump back over to my slideshow to see what I've got next here. So that's the general, so you choose a topic. I like to ChatGPT is great for brainstorming. You don't have to rely on it to write your whole post for you if you don't want to. Some people don't like that. Always try and find out what clients are asking and answer that in a blog post. If even better, if the question is the title, because Google's going to really line that up because that's exactly what they're going to be typing into Google or some search engine. Start your blog with a hook, give them information, and then a call to action. You want to learn more? You want to start planning your trip to Disney? Book a consultation today. And so, paragraphs and headings, split it up to make it easy to read, because people are going to scan, they'll stop at the heading that interests them. And then short sentences, keep the eyes moving. If you have a wall of words and nothing breaks it up between the space or maybe some photos, people will get kind of overwhelmed. So we talked about alt text on your images. Definitely do that for SEO stuff. but it does help. Inserting links can be external. I don't like to push them external if you don't have to, because in our specific industry, what we're trying to do here is keep them on our site to book a consultation with you in the end. So to other blog posts, or maybe your contact form, or another page on your site, like your about page or something, those are good links to bring in. Bold and italics, I think we covered kind of how to use those. And then previewing your post before publishing. Oh, I didn't show you how to do that. So back to sharing over here. Okay. So if you want to, so I've got this post. I haven't published it yet. I can save it as a draft. So it's saved. And then this little, looks like a laptop here, up at the top right-hand corner. It says view when I hover over it. Click on that. Preview in a new tab. It's going to generate a preview for me in this new tab. So where can I eat at Disney that's not overcrowded or overpriced? Here's my blog post. There's the video I uploaded. I can play it right there in the post, so I don't have to go to YouTube, so they're not leaving the site. Now, right here, it said reach out here or book a free planning session. Those are links, places that ChatGPT told me you guys should put a link, basically. So reach out here. You can link that. Like this one would be, it says my email, so I put mail to, and the colon. You want to add that, and then Justin at moonshottravel.com. So that'll be that, and then book a free planning session. I want to add a link there, and that is www.moonshottravel, oops, too many T's, .com/contact, and add that link, save that draft, and go look at my sample page again. And so reach out here, I click that. Now, when you use that mail to on a link and then put your email address, it's going to know it's going to force their computer to open up their mail app to send you an email already pre-populated with your name there. And then start a free planning session. That's going to take them right to my book a consultation page. And so that's how you add those links. There's some other things in here like that are more advanced blocks that you can do. So let's say back to the Satui Canteen. I could multiple blocks selected, and I want to group those together. So that's now one block. And then I want to say I want to add in, we'll say an image. We grab the image real quick. Just upload a random one of Spanish. All right, picked a good one. So now I want to actually arrange these, and this is what you don't have to do, but it could be more, a little bit more, how do I say it? Like it gets more complicated. So if I want to do, we've got rows, stack, grid, columns, click on columns. Sorry, my dogs are barking and I'm getting confused. So line left. Okay, I've messed this up and I apologize. I hope you guys can't hear them. I'm going to open up another website that I actually just did some more complicated stuff on, so I can just show you that where it's already done. Oops. So edit. All right. So she's got Europe's Christmas markets. We have lots of things, kind of different columns and blocks. Um, you can do all this if you want to get more advanced. And we could go on, we could have a class if you want to do these things where we kind of go more in depth for these, because they do get more complicated, but these options are out there. It's very editable. So if you want to see what this looks like, we embedded YouTube videos in those squares where that code was. These are YouTube embed codes. We were able to go back and forth with the text on the sides of the videos. And then also this is laid out in a type of grid. So that way, when it reads this way, where what to read this holiday season, Finding Love and Hubert Keller's Christmas in Alsace, I can't say it. But when it goes to a phone, it keeps those in the right order. Because if you try to do that in a certain way, like if you did it the wrong way, it would put Hubert down under what to watch and move Gingerbread under what to read. And then someone reading your blog on the phone would be confused because that wouldn't make any sense if they clicked on it and tried to figure it out. But these are more complicated arrangements that you can do on your blog post. If you are interested in doing that, I'm happy to do a more in-depth class on these type of things. But just to know they're available in here is something to know. Most blogs, people are used to this kind of stuff, and it works. It's going to keep them scrolling right down their phone is where they're going to probably read it to. Because this layout here only looks great on the desktop, like as far as its performativeness. Once you get to phone size, it looks like just any other, it's laid out in order. And so it doesn't do anything special. So when you're doing these, if you want to get in these creative layouts, just know most people are going to look at your blog posts on their phone. But if you want to make your desktop look pretty like this, I can teach you how to do that too. I'm happy to do that. Because it makes me better when I go through these extra options too. There are so many extra options. So here I used a parent block column, an iframe. I think these are arranged in a grid, and then they're arranged in a special way there. And I'm going to leave this without saving it so I don't mess up her blog post. But yeah, so you can get more stylish if you really want to. But I really want to make sure I hit on a couple more things real quick before I'm out. Share my post over here again, making it look good. Hitting publish with confidence. So we talked about saving drafts and previewing them. Publish makes it go live. It's on your page. Scheduling posts. So you want to do this all in one weekend for the next few months. You put everything in here. You haven't pressed publish yet. Right here where it says publish in this side right here. So it says publish immediately. Click on that and pick when you want to publish it. This is my June 18th post at 1:38 a.m. So then I say, okay, I've set that. All I gotta do is click this X. You can see publish June 18th, 1:38 a.m. And in my case, this is Mountain Time. So that's, in all these sites that I've built for you guys are set in the Mountain Time because that's where I am. But you can schedule them out like that so that you don't have to worry about, coming in every 2 weeks or whatever you're doing and trying to upload a new blog. No, you can sit down one Saturday and just fill out your whole year if you really wanted to. If you're doing, once a month. But pick one day to write a bunch of blogs, one day to post them all, and schedule them out like that. Another thing on our sites, this template right here, the author will say your name. It won't say my name once you're doing this under your login. And this template where it says default template, I always change that to theme, because what that does is it gives us the header and the footer on your blog posts. If you just leave it at template, the header and footer don't always show up. And you want people to be able to navigate your travel website still from that blog post and not leave to go somewhere else. So template to theme. Then it comes to the SEO before you're publishing. So Yoast SEO is on all of our websites. Focus key phrase should be something in the title. And that could be, so let's see if it lets me take the whole title. So, and usually my SEO guy, this little under the SEO, readability is good. It's green. So that's great.
Hey,
SEO
Justin,
guy, yes.
you're still on the hitting publish confidence.
Oh, you can't see what I'm doing.
Nope.
Okay, sorry. Thank you for calling me out. Okay. So did you see how to schedule it? I didn't show you that, right? So
Yep.
right here where it says publish in the left hand or the right hand column under post, this would say immediately, normally. So it'd say immediately like this. You can choose any date you want. So this is June 18th, 1:47 p.m., 2025. Just click the X, and that's set to go up on June 18th. So you've gotten it ready for the future. You don't have to worry about coming back on June 18th to publish this. It will do it automatically. Right here where it says template, click that. It'll say default. It'll say default template. Change that to theme. So you can get the header up here so people can still navigate your website and stay within your realm. Because if the header's not there, now where do I go next? I don't have any links to click on. How do I get to the next blog post? Well, in my case, you can get them right there. But we also want them to kind of stay within our sales pitch of the travel website. So I like to set it at theme so we can keep the headers. If you forget to do that, you can always come back in and set it at theme later. Anything you forget to do, you say it looks weird, you can go back in the post and edit it and republish it, and it's totally cool. So down here at the bottom where it says Yoast SEO, that's where you want to put a key phrase in. And this is where I was saying, like, so without the key phrase, my SEO guy is sad. Readability is good. It's really good. It's green. It loves it. So with a key phrase, I put in here just you want your key phrase in your title. I just use the whole title, and you can click the question mark and it says how to choose the right focus keyword. But you're really choosing something they're searching for. That's exactly what they're searching for. Then you want a meta description. What's your page about? So I'm just gonna choose. You don't want this to be too long. Not every meal has to cost a fortune. So you click this in here. So that's too long. It's orange. It's good. It's not great, but it's too long. So with still too long. With insider knowledge, you can find great food at Disney. And so it's still judging it as orange. And you can use ChatGPT to say, now give me a meta description for this post. So there, let's see if they came up green. But that way you don't have to worry about it yourself. Okay, it's orange, it's good, it's all the way filled up, they like it. If your SEO analysis is orange, I'm okay with that because getting that to green sometimes takes a miracle. But getting it to orange and having it be good and having it in there is going to help you. If you look at these, it's got a social tab as well. Click on that social and you can give it a social description. Click in the same meta description. You can give it a special social title if you wanted to rename it. It'll give this as a social title default. If you wanted to call it something else, you can put that in there. If you want a specific image to show up on social media when you share this blog post, you can select that image specifically. And so when this is shared on social media, that's the image that will show up with this blog post. So you definitely, you want to go in there because it'll just choose whatever image it wants otherwise, and it might not be the one you want. So if you want something specific from your post, go in there and tell it what you want under the social tab. And then once you're live, your blog will appear on your blog page of your website, and it should be near the top, at the top, because it'll be the last post you posted. Go back to all posts. So you can see these two I didn't post. It just says draft. If I want to trash those, click trash. Click trash. I'm going to trash the no title one too. And those don't go away immediately. So if you click trash by accident on a post you like, there's a trash link right here in the top. Click there and restore. You can delete it permanently or restore it. So you can restore it. It goes right back to your all page. So there's my draft. I still haven't published it, but it saves it there for you. Categories, you can add categories. So you click on this categories in the left-hand side there, and that's where you add new categories for your posts. And then when you make your post, you can choose whatever category you want to have it filtered into. So I say Disney World. Now it's in the Disney World category, even though it says it's cruising. But let me jump back over and see what else I had on the slideshow real quick. If something doesn't look right, again, you can go in there and re-edit it anytime. You can unpublish it even and you're not going to see stuff you don't have to touch on your website. I'll let you know that right now. When we put you in there as author, you won't see all that other stuff that'll give you pause for concern because you deleted one of your homepage or something. So you don't have to worry about that. I'm going to show you how to unpublish it real quick. So quickly, I'm going to publish this page. And whoops, that was an accident. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to just save it as a draft. And okay. So if you're still in the post, this status, again, you can move it back to draft there. If you're in your all posts right here, go to quick edit, status, move it back to draft there and click update. And now it's draft again and it's off my blog page. All right. Any questions? I know that's a lot. Okay.
I was gonna say no. I'm just overloaded, but good.
Yeah, just send me a message if you want to. I can add you as an author. It's your website, and you can go in there and try it out for yourself. If you just feel more comfortable after doing it, saying Justin, Taylor, you guys go upload it, send it to us, because we're happy to do it, and that's part of what you're already paying for. If you come up with any questions, like, hey, if I get a blog, what about this? What about that? Let me know. Happy to do it. Happy to help. So that's all I've got for today. And I guess have a great day. Have a great afternoon. Thank you for coming. And I'll put this recording out. And so hopefully it'll help some other people too. All right. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.